All right, guys, it's Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Friday, January 20th, 2016. Let's take a look at pre-market here. Pretty much flat, up a little bit with the indexes. Oil is popping this morning. Oil's been a little bit of a conundrum here, but it is popping this morning here. And then gold is flat. And let's look at the market here. Got down below the 9. It looks like a potential rollover lower high here made in January, but we are opening back above 9. So it would be great to end the week, even just where we're opening here, or if we could run a little bit in the day, that would be great. IWM has been lagging and now is testing its 50-day, which SPY is not. SPY's got some room still. And then the Qs here continue to lead, did not get the big pop from Netflix, but is still holding that 9 really nicely. So we've got the SPY, which is kind of middle ground. IWM is way down, testing its 50-day, and the Qs are above, which is telling us big tech is working nicely. Big news yesterday was railroads, and that was essentially because of CSX had great earnings, up 23%, and there were a lot of sympathy plays in there. We don't have any railroads on our list at this point, but eventually we could start adding. So I'm going to investigate this sector very closely this weekend. That doesn't mean I'm taking trades today. And aluminum was really strong yesterday. And if we go in here, we had AA, which reported and had a nice move here this week. And then Cenex here is really extended, and we haven't done one of these parabolic shorts in a while. But if this thing continues to run, we could potentially have that next week. So that's something I'll be watching going into the weekend. Now, we added cyber yesterday. You can see here, I love these plays when we get a run, a pullback, and then what looks to be a continuation play. And we've got room till earnings. Earnings is not until February here. So we've got some room to maybe run up here to 54, 55. Stop. Whenever we get one of these pivots, it's very easy to place our stop. Place it right in this range here around 50. You could even go lower under that candle, but we'll say around 50 here, and we'll see if we can't run to 54, 55. So we've been watching cybersecurity, finally got that entry in that sector. Let's take a look at oil here while we're here. Popping again, we were getting close to stop level here, but we're getting a nice pop this morning, pretty much back to our entry level, and we'll see if that finally gets us a continuation. A lot of fake outs in either direction here. If we look at USO, we can see it a little better here. It's been a lot of back and forth and a lot of mixed signals here. Rest of the positions, we got exactly what we wanted with NVIDIA, getting close, was up to our entry intraday, but nice bounce here off the 100 level. And again, hopefully that can continue there, and the rest of our stuff here is pretty much within our ranges. We don't need to go through all that again. Let's hit some of the stocks here on the focus list. Really like the way Baba's consolidating, holding the 9. This would be a potential entry any day in here, and even today it's popping a little bit, and you could enter off that. All of the FANGs looking strong, have earnings coming up. Really nice consolidations here. A couple of them have earnings maybe a week and a half away, so you could take a shot going into earnings. Tesla, really extended earnings coming up. Maybe a potential quick short here, the way it's run. We'll continue to watch for signals of that. MasterCard and Visa still both looking strong. I think Visa's got a pretty decent entry signal here at this point, putting in the pivot around 80, and maybe now at 81 we have the catalyst to test and potentially break the high at 84. Now, these aren't high flyers, so it's a pretty significant move to get to 81 to 84 there. FSLR solars, we're watching this bottoming formation. We want to see how it tests that 9 right at that level. I want to see it put in a pivot like we saw in cyber. If we get that, I would be willing to enter the solar stock there. X put in an inside day, which is supposedly a show of strength, but I still want to make sure it's holding that 50-day moving average, FCX, similar here at the 9. AKS, we've got the same pattern as X. And then let's take a look at ITUB, our Brazilian or Latin American bank here, holding that 9. A break of 1150 would be a good signal for the next move higher. So that's it for the trade report. I'll see you guys either later today with the trade or over the weekend.